The trip to Spain's tomorrow, and I know literally every single thing about Spanish except for do object pronouns.
I can help with that.
Where did you come from?
That's not important. What's important is that I'm going to teach you this right here, right now.
Okay, random stranger. Go ahead.
So, first off, why are direct object pronouns even important? Because I'm sure out of all people, you're probably wondering that, seeing as how it's the only thing you don't know how to do. Well, basically, direct object pronouns are important because they show who or whom's receiving the action of a sentence. So like, say for instance, I'm talking about Bill, and he's the direct object of the sentence, but I don't want to use Bill every single time I talk about him in a sentence. I want to use he. That's why direct object pronouns are important. It's because it tells exactly who's receiving the action of the sentence while also not being repetitive.
So what's a subject?
A subject is basically the person or object that's doing the action inside the sentence.
So the person referring to the objects?
Exactly. Now, a subject pronoun, on the other hand, is basically a type of noun that takes the place of a subject sentence. So instead of saying something like, Joe kicks the ball, but you're saying that 12 times for whatever reason, you can say he kicks the ball.
So is the object what the subject is referring to?
Basically, it's essentially just the person or thing being acted upon by the subject in the sentence. So with the sentence I used before, with Joe kicking the ball is the object in this case.
I think I know what they are, but how do you use them?
Well, that's easy. Essentially, you just place it before the verb in the sentence. So, say for instance, I'm using the verb that means to walk. I would put my direct object pronoun before to walk in the sentence. A good example of this would be something like mi madre regalo juguetes a mí. My mom gives my toys to me. Or how it would be used with the direct object pronoun mi madre me los, which would basically mean my mom gives it to me.
So does everything just like follow the same Spanish rules and it's just real easy and I can cruise through Spain?
I'm afraid not. Actually, a distinct difference between one of the pronouns you listed and one of the nouns you regularly use in Spanish, which is nos or nosotros. Because nos actually means us, whereas nosotros means we. So you can end up saying something like nos entiendes, which would mean you understand us, when you're actually trying to say we understand. And the second thing is lo and la, which are both mean it. And you'll be tempted to use those at the beginning of a sentence, but that would actually be wrong. Instead, you'd have to use them after your verb in the sentence. So instead of saying lo entiende, you'd have to say él entiende lo.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's basically it. It's lots simpler than you thought it would be, huh?
Yeah. I must say, I finally understand this language. I'm glad I know everything I need to know about this language now.
Oh, bonjour.
Wait, this isn't Spain.